instance, let's do a basic launch. Okay, so as I was telling you that I'll be showing you guys how to launch. So this is my instance. Okay, so how I go here, you have enough documentation available to log in or create an user on EC2. I'll not waste time. I will just go, and since I'm calling it as EC2, right? So I am going here as EC2. Okay, and then after that I'll come to instances. Right now I have one instance running as test instance. Let me create one more instance. Okay, so I will click on launch instance. The moment I'm clicking on launch instance, right, let me name it as demo AWS EC2. Okay, okay, then see, we talked about Amazon machine image, right? OS. So right now we don't have our own OS. I mean, right now we don't have our own images created. Okay, but we have Amazon Linux. So what is Amazon Linux, or what is Mac OS, or what all these are? These are also same thing. Like they have operating system, they have few things installed on top of it. But you can have your own AMIs also. Okay, but we don't have that right now. So let's select AWS Amazon. Now what all this AMI will, yeah, Rahul, any question? Okay, what all this AMI will do? Okay, so AMI, you got it. What is Amazon machine image? We read it just now. Okay, what is instance type? So see, we have different instance types available, but since we are doing this hands-on, right? So there is a free tier. Free tier means AWS gives you something, some 750 hours of free learning. Do the free so that you can explore more around AWS. So these type of instances. So we are which type of instance I'm getting? T2. What was T2? General purpose, right? Okay, and it says how much CPU and memory I'm gonna get. One CPU, 1 GB memory. Okay, now key pair login. So since I have already created a key pair called EC2 hands-on, okay, you can always create a new key pair. Okay, but leave it because I have already created. Now network setting, as I was telling you, networking is very important. So BPC, enable, all these things are there, right? So you can create networking, and you see it is like create security group. It will create the security group. Then I'm deciding about the storage, right? How much storage is needed? EBS, you guys remember EBS? So till 30 GB, right, you get free. Okay, till 30 GB you get free tier, means you don't have to pay anything. So I'll just select 8 or 10 GB. Okay, after
So
that,
Zaman, you are asking should we open AWS alongside? If you have, you want to do, you can do in parallel.
no, 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 no,
Okay.
no, 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 no,
And
Asif, no, 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 Asifur Rahman, don't do it, don't do it. We will be giving you these steps. Don't do it right now, because if you do it right, if you get anything, then we'll be
yeah,
stuck, right?
take more time actually. Yeah.
Yeah, so since to consider, you can connect with us. Okay, if you want anything, you can try on your own, and we'll be also sharing this data, right? PDF and all this with you. Okay, cool. Now let's come to this part. Okay, now let's come to this part. So I'll be launching the instance now. I'll try to launch the instance. Okay, the moment I'm trying to see, imagine, as I was telling you, scalability, right? How fast it is. It is launching the instance, right? And in when it is launching the instance, there are few things to cover. It came with instance state, which is like currently it is running. Now I can decide what instance state I want to send it to. What is the instance type? Instance type is again like general purpose, T series, general purpose, T2 micro. Okay, then it is telling me availability zone. Availability zone means what, guys? Availability zone means data center. So in which data center it has gone? 1B. And then we talked about region. You see in which region it is? Mumbai. So whatever we read, right, makes sense, right? It makes sense. Okay, there is one more thing, which is instance ID. Instance ID is something unique across AWS. So AWS want to identify your instance. That is why your instance ID you get in this form. This unique. This instance ID you will not find anywhere. The number one which you see here. So it is very unique. Okay, cool. Coming back to, okay, let's see whether the instances came up or not. Okay, meanwhile this instance is coming up. Let's talk about other instance which we created. Okay, monitoring. So now you see the CPU and memory. CPU utilization is this, memory utilization is this, right? You see this. You can also see the details. We talked about public IP, private IP, right? So you see this instance is publicly available, means if I put it in chat, any one of you can access this instance, right? If I do here open EC2 instance, you can see this, right? Anybody can open this. Okay, anybody can do whatever they want to do. Okay, then in the monitoring, so this monitoring detail is actually coming from your CloudWatch. Okay, and we talked about Cloud Trail also, right? We created a bucket, and we basically we are showing you, right, what all you get in Cloud Trail. So in Cloud Trail, basically you can see whatever things are happening, right? So 2025 6 today's date. Okay, let's see this. Okay, let's quickly download it. Let's read it. Meanwhile, it is coming, right? JSON format. You can see, right? Record, user identity, invoked, who has done that, get bucket, okay, source IP. So in this way, this is going to be tedious for you guys for now. For example, CloudTrail itself has created a bucket. So this is what it is telling me. So you need to know, you need to know around CloudTrail. Okay, coming back to the instance. Let's see if the instance is up. Okay. Okay, so test instance, demo instance is still initializing phase. It is still coming up. Let it come up. Any question meanwhile? You see the networking. If we come to networking, you see VPC, you see subnet, you see availability zone. So whatever we just discussed, right? Host name, DNS, everything is coming here, right? Everything we can see. You see the storage. We have attached EBS storage with it. And with path, on which path? Again, knowing Linux knowledge is must. Okay, this EBS is going to be. So everything we have. Tag is nothing but tag is like tagging is to segregate. Let's say I want to tag this as application and demo. So this will be a tag. So for example, if I want to filter here, whatever is there with application name equal to demo, it will, sorry, my bad, application equal to equals demo. Whatever I will be having, I tagged it, right? So tag is nothing but just like filtering. Cool. So our instance is up. Let's try to log in. So we'll use the public IP. Okay. And I will clear my screen. This is my MacBook. Okay. Now I have already downloaded the key. Okay. And let's do it. Let's go on inside this instance. Okay. Are you sure? Yes. So I am inside this instance. Okay. I am inside the instance. So let me give this host name hyphen capital I. Okay. So you see this private IP, correct? You see this private IP. Now let's see this private IP here. Same private IP we have here. We have same private IP, correct? So this is how, so imagine how quick it was. Okay. This is how you get a simple EC2 instance. Okay. Now let's say do we have AMIs? No, right? So you can create AMIs. Okay. You can create AMIs. Okay. And so yeah, you can create AMIs out of this. You can stop this instance. You can reboot them. You can terminate them. So all this what we have covered in this live session, right? Just now, security group. Like let's go to security group and let's see. Inbound rule. Inbound rule is nothing but who else can come in. So for example, 22 was allowed, right? Now let's say I remove the inbound rule and for now, I will delete this rule and save it. Okay, so now what will happen is, now you see this thing has hanged. It will not be able to go. Now, if I again try to log in from here, let me open a new shell and show it to you guys. Okay, oh, sorry, cell, new window, homebrew. Now, if I go again, right, clear my screen, CD downloads. Okay, and now let's say again, if I try to SSH, if I again try to SSH, right? See, it has came out, right? Operation timed out. Now, if I again try to log into this instance, what will happen? You see, connecting to port 22 means it is trying to connect to port 22. But what happened? We deleted the rule. No, nobody can reach out to this instance. So it is not able to reach. You see this? It is not able to reach, right? It got stuck. Correct. Now, what I will do meanwhile, I will just add a rule again. Custom TCP के जगह पे SSH 22 anywhere. Okay, save rules. Okay, now I will run it again. See, this time again I'm able to log in. Just see the changes here. Last time it was stuck in networking. It was stuck here, right? Last time. In the last thing you see, it was stuck, right? Here it was stuck, right? On port 22. So this is how you can control whatever is happening inside your instance. Okay, then you have launch templates. You can define, right now we have some launch template created. Okay, inside the launch template, what all you have AMI, as I mentioned. Other than AMI, you have storage. What is the storage going to be? What will be the networking? Okay, you can put a lot of things inside launch template. Auto scaling group, we did not create any auto scaling group, I think. Okay, till now. But yeah, you can create auto scaling group, and as I said, you can increase it. Okay, so this was all about the course. Whatever possible I could cover, I covered. Okay, now